Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? Let's make sure. We'll probably get an echo warning. We'll probably get an echo. Good morning. All right, sound works good. All right, we got two-way back here, man. We got two-way back. What's up, bro? Welcome back, man. All right, you can see I'm watching TENX when I'm watching. You can see TENX is gapping up. A lot of people talking about the Prague. Or the Plag, I'm sorry. PLAG. It's gapping up some. I mean, pretty low volume. There's also RBZ, I think, right? RBZ. RBZ went from $7 or so. And really, yeah, around $7-8 or so. On the 26th, all the way up to 18 yesterday before the bell, and then all the way up to almost 40, 38.90 during market hours yesterday. So a crazy move for RBZ yesterday. We'll see where that one goes. Also looking at IMTE here, had a nice day yesterday. It is at 13.25. It's still a pretty big move overall. You know, up from 9.30s to 13.20s. So pretty big move. We got AMRN that's moving some, gapping up some. Must be good results. I know this is a bio stock. We got ROKU. After a big red day, this one's gapping up some. We have IMTE. I think I went over that one. NIO, which is gapping up a little bit. The SPY is up some, very slightly, not up a ton, but it's up a little bit. MU, as well as the microchip stocks, and then TMSR. We got some cheap penny stocks that are moving. TMSR, QTNA, gapping up some. This looks like an acquisition or a buyout. We have MOV, which is moving with no volume. So a lot of these are moving with no volume, but we have some movement here. All right, let's read two-way. It's been a while since we had two-ways updates, so let's read it. Morning squawk, U.S. stock futures were modestly higher this morning ahead of the final 2 trading days of March. The S&P and the NASDAQ fell in 3 of the past 4 sessions, although both are still higher for the month. They're still up on the month, which is good, while the Dow has a 1.1% March deficit to make up. Yeah, so just a slight move up, like I kind of mentioned before reading this. Slight move up today on the overall market. We got the Plag, which some people are talking about, the Plag here, PLAG. And yeah, I mean, this one is no direct news, but are moving due to the China-U.S. news as China makes unprecedented proposals on tech transfer, trade challenges, and U.S. officials. The float is 909,000. So with the Plag, it seems like a tiny float, less than 1 million. This thing should move very easily, considering the tiny float this thing has. And so yeah, we can look at CLWT, which also looks really good here. I didn't even notice this one this morning. CLWT, huge move. It's up to 805, gapping up from 335. And yeah, it's up on the U.S. and China trade news as well. We have TMSR gapping up some on the U.S.-China trade news. CLWT has a tiny float, which makes more sense. TMSR has a 28 million float, which is reasonably small. We got CREG here, gapping up to 135, basically filling the gap already down to 107. I mean, it's up 13 cents or so, 14 cents maybe, but it's already effectively filled most of that gap. But this one is China Recycling Energy Corporation, and they announced the agreement of an intent with, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that, to build the energy storage power station at 5.1 million float. We have TEUM gapping up some here. It's Paratium. They won a $50 million global expansion contract with streaming media brand. It has a float of 101 million, and so not necessarily a small float with this one. We'll keep an eye on it though. QTNA, it is up after a $1 billion bid, basically a $1 billion offer to buy which is what I thought. It seemed like a buyout acquisition, some type of buyout acquisition news. I was a little off, but close. TENX, no news. And so, appreciate it, two-way. We got two-way back in here this morning, guys. Oh, man, time to drink my coffee. Shout out to somebody helped me. Somebody, I think his name Daniel from the stream yesterday emailed me and helped me solve my Python program. So shout out to him. I forgot to email him back, but shout out to him. For all my programming friends in here, what is the best second language for me to learn? I've already learned Python a decent amount. I still have some work to do, obviously. But when I start working towards learning another coding language, what is the best one to learn if I want to get into mobile app development? I was thinking probably Java. Probably Java. It's either going to be Java or C++ is what I'm thinking. But there's also there's a lot of other ones that I have the potential to learn as well. JavaScript, tech. Bill, Spanish. I know a little bit of Spanish. What is a good swing trade today? I don't know, man. I don't want to tell you the wrong answer for that one. I'm not really much of a swing trader. I don't want to tell you the wrong answer, brother. Yeah, but isn't JavaScript a front-end language? Or actually, no, it's not, right? It's completely different. It's actually completely different than Java, even though you would think they're related. And so it's actually a coding language as well. I was thinking of something else. Yeah, no, I feel you, man. Yeah, I actually came back here. I'll be right back, guys. Give me like 30 seconds. But I actually came back yesterday, and if you guys remember, I ended the day down about $70 or so. I came back yesterday. I literally bought 100 shares on YNDX here, and I bought 100 shares right here. Let's see where I bought it. It was like right around 37. So like right here, I bought 100 shares. And I held those 100 shares all the way down here. And so, you know, I came back. I only ended the day down about $20 yesterday. I took a picture of it and uploaded it. I also recorded the trade if anybody wants to see it. But, yeah, I kind of came back yesterday. It made me feel a lot better. I got to take bigger sizing with these big moves. But one of my kind of ideas is that days where I have a losing day, I can take a small share size and take a small risk and then let it work, see if it turns into a bigger trade. If it doesn't, it's just a small loss, a little bit extra. But if it does, it can kind of wipe out the whole loss that I made. And so that's kind of my logic on it, on taking a smaller share size the second trade if I have a losing trade. But yeah, I'll be right back, guys. Alright, I'm back. JavaScript is one of the most universal languages, great for front-end web development, back-end mobile development. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I've heard a lot of good things about JavaScript. What is it like? What is it compared to like something that's super easy to read and learn, like Python? Like that's my only concern, is that like Python is really easy. even if you don't know code, you can probably understand some Python languages. When compared to like a language like C++, Python is much more understandable. And so while I learned Python, and I'm happy I learned Python, I want to move on and learn something that's actually going to be, you know, a little bit harder to understand. I guess I want to challenge myself a little bit and learn one of the more useful ones that may be a little bit harder to understand now that I understand how coding language works in the first place. And so that's kind of my logic on it. And so, yeah, it's in between like Java, JavaScript, and C++. If I really want to challenge myself, I can try to learn C++ or just C. But JavaScript seems like it's probably the most useful one. Java and JavaScript, really. Oh, sorry, two-way here. I'll upload it, brother. Honestly, to be honest, I don't know how to put the script in on Thinkorswim. Here, email. Here, actually, I can find it in email. Hold on. Here it is. No, look, it says participant's name, but it says I, the undersigned participant, affirm that I am of the age of 18 or older and that I am freely signing this agreement. See, that's for me to sign, not Maddie.
No, Maddie has to sign this.
Maddie doesn't sign that.
Maddie's name needs to be on this.
Is Maddie over 18?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay, look, this isn't muted, so here. Sorry, guys, my wife and I are talking about a liability disclaimer for my daughter's school. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Alright, guys, so we'll see. We'll see what we get here with TENX. Oh, also, I've been trying to get in touch with CME Group. They literally haven't responded to me in like 3 weeks or like a month now, really. Anybody use CME Group here? Yeah, RBDZ, or RBZ, that one's up a crazy amount. And it's still up a lot. I think it'll probably fade back down. I think this is most likely just a pump here. And so I think it'll probably fade back down. Well, I'd like to open up an account for trading, for I use TradeNet and I use TEFs and TradeNet for like higher cap stocks, but I would like to trade some penny stocks sometimes. And, I guess I'd like to open up a broker to trade penny stocks sometimes too, since most of them aren't available on TradeNet. And so that way I would have two different brokers, but they just haven't been responding. I know they're an overseas broker, but, man, haven't been able to get in touch with them. There he is. What's up, Daniel? Hey, brother, I appreciate your help with my program, man. And Daniel also showed me how to check to see if there's errors in my own program as well. So shout out to Daniel today, man, for helping me with my Python program, brother. Yes, Greg, I did. Yeah, sorry I didn't email you back, man. I forgot to, but yeah, we were talking earlier today, man, about the next language I should learn. A lot of people said JavaScript, specifically for mobile app development. I think JavaScript is like a lot of people here, said JavaScript is super versatile. CME Group is from Chicago, but isn't it an overseas broker? Isn't there no PDT rule? It's a brokerage exchange for futures and options. Wait, I thought you could trade penny stocks on CME Group. Am I doing the wrong one here? Maybe it's CME Elite Group? I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of different ones, really. I'm talking about CME Elite Group. I don't know what to call them. Yeah, it's Capital Markets Elite Group, right. It's so confusing, man. There's a CME Group, and then there's a CMEG. I'm talking about CMEG, I guess. I don't know the difference. But yeah, NIO's up a little bit. Let me see if Mitch is going to be here this morning. I know Mitch ended up coming back yesterday as well. Plag just stole my money. What's Plag doing here? Whoa, look at Plag. Yeah, this one is we're just naturally skeptical of this one, Like, this is the move it made last time, back in October. It went all the way up. It went from like $1.85, and then a week later it was at $11.51, and then a week later it was back down to $3. And so we have named it the Plag, and it's moving up some. It's up from $3.50 to $5.12. AMD. No, it's not. Jorge. Right, that's about right. What Nick said. It's about right. But if you're asking, Trade Ideas did give me permission to stream, if that's what you're asking. So Trade Ideas did give me the green light to actually let me stream every day. If you want to sign up for Trade Ideas, I'll post the link. Yeah, if you want to check out Trade Ideas, here's the link if you want to. Good scanner, makes my mornings really easy. Super up to date as well, customizable. You can build your own scans. A lot of cool stuff with it. What's up, Felix? Good morning, man. CLWT. Yeah, CLWT is going crazy here. I don't think this one had any actual catalyst, if I can remember correctly. Let me look. Yeah, this one is just up on the U.S.-China trade news. Tiny float, though, at least from, one source. It says it's less than a million. It's like 913K float, so tiny float. Probably, yeah. That's most likely the biggest gap, or at least the biggest one I see right now. Right, for sure, Pat. We also have, let's look at the gap downs. We got RBZ, which is the biggest gap down here, which is gapping down really about $9. Or no, not $9, about $7, sorry. Gapping down about $7. So even though it seems small and the volume's low, it's still gapping down. CTRM gapping down as well. We got CTST gapping down some. We have GEVO gapping down some. SRAX gapping down. SPWH. So we got a few gap downs. IMTE is another one to watch as well. I mean, this one kind of went crazy yesterday too. What's up, Todd? AMRN moving up some. I'm going to have to look up AMRN real quick to see what's going on with this one. AMRN today confirmed that the American Diabetes Association, which is the ADA, issued important updates to the standards of medical care in diabetes for 2019, including updates related to the results of the, quote, reduce fit cardiovascular outcome studies. All right, so yeah, they basically update it to have positive things about their new bio drug, which is Viskepa, which is produced by AMRN. And so interesting there. That's definitely positive news for it. We'll see where AMRN goes today. Is RBZ tradable on TEFs? Let me look. Probably not. No, it's not. All right, guys, I'll be right back. We got about 10 minutes, so I'll be right back. We got about 14 minutes, so be back in a minute. All right, guys, I'm back. I appreciate it, Aaron. Which one is Nick? AWSM. Looking all right there. TENX. SPY is still up slightly. Unfortunately, most of these aren't tradable today. I mean, QTNA is tradable. Lulu, LULU is tradable. PVH is tradable. BRNT is tradable. AMRN, QIWI is not. Alright. Cron down. Big fading day yesterday. ACB faded numerous times. Let's watch CGC. Down some. They just had such big red days yesterday. I'm going to be a little bit more hesitant to short some of these. We'll see. Roku did break down. So what's everybody's main watch today? All right, guys, we got about 7 minutes left, a little bit over 7 minutes. Two-way is watching. Plag, CLWT. TMSR, AWSM, and Craig. BIOC, BAC, AMRN. Yeah, those aren't bad. I'm definitely gonna watch AMRN. It had a real legitimate catalyst. They added something about their bio drug to the American Diabetes book or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but they added something about their bio drug to some type of like instruction book or word book for diabetes. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we get. Gonna start getting ready to trade in a minute. Honestly, there's not that many great stocks for me, at least today. All the cheaper ones are either not tradable or, really a lot of these the higher cap stocks had a big red day yesterday, and so that's going to make me trust them a little bit less. Like Roku has dropped the last 2 days in a row. AMD, big red day yesterday, big red day the day before. They dropped as well. We got what's Cron. We can look at cannabis plays as well. They dropped yesterday too. And so, I gotta be selective today. All right, guys, we got less than 5 minutes. Let's get everything rolling here. Get ready to trade. All right, guys, let's do it. What do you guys think? Long or short day? You think today's going to be good for long or shorts? I guess we're not going to get Mitch today. He might be working. I could send Mitch something just in case, but I don't know if he's going to be here or not. All right, guys, let's do it. What's up, Cool? What's up, brother? Long time no see, man. Good to see you here, bro. Yeah, SPY is spiking up. Yeah, I'm a little bit more long biased, I guess. Just because a lot of stuff dropped pretty big yesterday. It just depends with what the stock is, how many red days it's had in a row. I think that really depends on a lot. But yeah, the SPY is running here a little bit, spiking up a little bit more, looking a little bit stronger. It's up to 280 now, 280.40s. And so we'll see what we get with that one. AMD up as well. But we got about a minute left, guys. A little bit over a minute. All right, guys, we got 45 seconds. What, Joe? What are you talking about, man? All right, guys, 20 seconds. All right, there's the bell. Let's do it. The Plag is dropping. PLAG is dropping some. AMD up. Let's put the moving average crossover move on here. There we go. Big drop on MU. Look at MU, guys. We probably will see a big drop on AMD, I'm guessing now. But a big drop on MU. Huge drop, really. The SPY is up a little bit after the bell. YNDX is down. Nvidia is up, so it must be something strictly related to MU, but AMD's dropping now. Alright, well, at this point the SPY's up, but a lot of stuff I'm looking at is dropping some too. Roku is up some. Right, that's what I'm seeing as well, Nick. Most of the stuff I'm watching is dropping. Which is good for me. I mean, it means I can look for some shorts. But it just depends on what the SPY does. If the SPY continues to push up, I'm going to be a little bit more hesitant to jump in shorts. Right, for sure. That's kind of what I'm looking at too. MU pulling back to the VWAP though. I mean, MU doesn't look like a bad fade. It's still too early. I don't usually take fades this early, but MU doesn't look terrible for a fade. The reason I don't take fades this early is because a lot of times when they're this early, they can kind of turn into red to green moves. And I just don't want to be caught in a red to green move. And so MU pulling back some here, as well as the AMD and Nvidia both all pulling up now. So we'll see what we get. I'm still going to look at YNDX and AMRN. The Plag isn't really moving much. What was the other one? CRMD, right? Not really moving much either. At this point, I'm looking at YNDX a little bit. YNDX, it's right at the VWAP. Right now, the spreads is just a little bit too rough for me, though. A little bit better now, 4 cents, but we'll let it move. Give it a little bit of time. Yeah, maybe MU was a good fade. Maybe I just missed it. But no stress. It was a little bit too risky for me. AMD washing out here. We'll look for the moving average cross. Still kind of bullish. At least per moving averages. Cron down some as well. Like I said though, everything's just so, like, everything's down already yesterday. And so I'm a little bit more hesitant with shorting it, but I definitely kind of bummed I didn't take MU. Again, though, I got to protect my account, but look at this follow through here for the fade. Would have been nice. SPY, huge turnaround, though. Huge turnaround on the SPY. The SPY, big drop, quick, too. Look at the SPY here. Look at the SPY turnaround. Just monster turnaround here. All right, AMRN's one I'm watching now. If it can pull back to 36, that gives it about a 47, roughly 50 cent reward, and then from 37 up to 50, maybe 53, maybe 57. So 20 cent reward or 20 cent risk here for AMRN, right there. For let's see, from 34. Or for 37 down to maybe 80, about 53 cent reward. I don't hate that. That's good risk reward for AMRN. It's up a lot as well. Alright, so I'm in with the moving average crossover play on AMRN here. Let me get a little bit better entry there. Just a paper trade though. Still looking for some fades. See if we get that low of the day crack on AMD. It's testing it now. Alright, took half off. A little bit more than half. Gonna let the rest work. What's up, Mitch? What's up, brother? Hey, man, I sent you, if you're here, let me see. Hey, I sent you the Zoom link, Mitch, if you want to join us via chat, brother. Alright, so I'm looking at ROKU. I'm looking at AMRN for shorts. If they can pull back to the VWAP, I'll look at them. Kind of kicking myself I didn't take that YNDX trade. I really thought about it too, but the spread was a little bit too rough for me. The good thing about this AMD trade now is that I can cut the rest break even. Big drops though. We're getting some big drops here, really. Oh, weird. Oh yeah, a lot of people talking about RBZ. How's that one going today, guys? Yeah, it's down. AMD testing these lows again. Still waiting for some fades. Alright, I'm out of AMD. Not a bad little trade. The moving average crossover play on AMD has been working pretty well. If AMD pulls back, I'll consider it for a VWAP fade now. Let me take some of these moving averages off. See, where's my risk? I could use 25.10, 10-cent risk maybe. For a big 30-cent reward. Not terrible. A lot of resistance above it as well. Also looking at Roku. I think really a lot of this depends on what the SPY does here. The SPY pulled back. It's kind of consolidating sideways right now. And so I think we just got to wait a little bit to see what we get. I don't hate Roku either. It's about a 20-cent risk for Roku. And LSN. Sorry, Todd. I missed it, bro. Let me see. I never quite faded. Never quite touched the VWAP, though. Didn't look terrible, though. I appreciate it. We got NVIDIA dropping, AMD dropping. Where is Jason? I haven't seen Jason in a while. Right, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at AMD, Roku. I'm looking at a few of them for fades. I would love to see the SPY drop along with it, though. The Plag actually came back with the red to green move, and it's starting to push here. Oh, yeah. All right, we got NVIDIA slowly pulling back some as well. And we got AMD. So now it's just about which one do I want to pick for the fade. They got AMD, they got AMRN, and they got Roku here. Probably the one that dropped the least yesterday. AMRN. That's probably it. Roku dropped big yesterday too. Let me look at the daily. SPY pulling up as well. Here's AMD. Yeah, glad I didn't jump in AMR, and it just dropped a lot, or AMD, it dropped a lot yesterday. Roku popping up too. With the SPY popping up, I might wait until we get some more follow through here. All right, Tiny. Hey, good to have you here, Tiny. We'll see you. Enjoy that new computer. All right, let's see. We got 916. Let's see, 940 looks like a good risk. That's 23 cents. I might miss it though. 20 down to, yeah, that would have been good risk reward. Man. Let's see if AMRN gives me that entry again. I'm kind of bummed I missed it, but we'll see. We'll try it. Roku's up there as well. That's the previous day's close. I don't like where the previous day's close is for Roku. Yeah, it would have squeezed me out. I'm glad I stayed out of that one. I would have been bummed if AMRN fades here, though, because I missed my entry. I should have started really calculating my risk to reward a little bit earlier with AMRN, and I just missed out on the move up to that VWAP level. Like I said, my risk can be about 940 or 1940 or so right here is where I would set my risk, with a risk of about 23 cents, and then a reward level could be down here at 1860s, and so it's good risk reward for sure. I just gotta be careful though, because if it does break this 1920 high, it could run. Hey, there goes AMRN. I really wanted this one too. I'm going to be so bummed out, man, if AMRN washes out. This is the move I called out. This is the move I was looking at the best. It's a good lesson, though. It's something, like, we have class tonight. It's something I'm going to go over in class today. And that specific thing is extension. Now, if you look at Roku, the fade would not have worked. It would have stopped me out. Big red day yesterday. If you look at AMD, there's the other fade that would have stopped me out. Big red day yesterday. If you look at the one fade that wouldn't have stopped me out and that would have worked, AMRN. Not a big red day yesterday. And so this was the one to take. Just missed it. Too late now. Can't dwell on it. Got to move on. Yeah, I'm bummed out, man. I called out the fade, was watching it. Just honestly, I started to calculate my risk reward a little bit too late, and that was my problem with it. I didn't want to get in AMD or Roku because the SPY is pushing up strong, and they had a big red day. Both of them had big red days yesterday, so might be a little risky to short them. And yeah, it sucks when you see a perfect fade right after you call it out and you just didn't get into it. Look at that fade. It tapped it exactly at the VWAP. We also have NIO that's kind of pulling back to the VWAP. It just depends on what NIO did yesterday. Slightly break even. We do have NVIDIA here. But with AMD pushing up some. NVIDIA didn't have that bad of a day yesterday. I mean, it had a red day, but I just like the 1750 level for it. Risk of 50 cents, reward of about $1 at least down here. The only problem is, well, the SPY dropping a little bit helps. Good risk reward too, about 50 cents. 50. Really, I'd risk about $60 in this trade, which overall is pretty small, everything considered. I think I would have to take profits at 20s though, and so it wouldn't quite be 2 to 1. It just depends, really. It's not my favorite one. Like I said, it's kind of out of my price range, not really my style. Cron at fade levels. Oh, appreciate that, Todd. The only problem is, like I said, it had a big red day yesterday, but it is at a fade level. Let me see. Appreciate it, though, Todd. This one's right at the fade level. Let's see. 1780 risk, 20 cents or so. Reward. Yeah, it's definitely 2 to 1. I'll take it with 100 shares. Wait, I need to use bigger sizing. We'll take it with, I don't know, if I'm risking 20 cents, we could take it with, I might actually just stick with my 100 shares. It had a big red day yesterday, and so it's just kind of a feeler trade. Which, honestly, you can kind of see my logic here. And this is the flaw in my logic here, right? Is that I missed out on my trade that I wanted. And so then I took one that I didn't really want as much. The only problem with it is that, like I said, it had a big red day yesterday. And so with it being down so much already, the chances of me getting kind of squeezed out of this one are pretty high. Like I said, risk of about 1780 or so. Luckily, I took a tiny position. Yeah, I'll probably get stopped out here. It's getting pretty close to my level. I'm about 5 cents away. But overall, a $20 loss is nothing. Especially considering the account size I have. It's just a lesson that I kind of let myself get a little overexcited about it just because I missed out on that first AMRN trade. When I look back on it, though, I'm glad I took 100 shares and not 3 or 4 or 500. Yep. All right. $23 loss. Very quickly stopped me out. But it's a small loss, all things considered. Like I said, I really wanted AMRN. And it would have already followed through. And so this is kind of the one that I'm bummed out. This is usually how I like to approach fades. Which is, I look for big gap ups because the extension is on the upside. And so that's kind of what I look for the most. Whenever they already have a big red day yesterday and whenever they have a big red day yesterday, the SPY is pushing up at that point. They're just usually not as good for me. Hey, don't stress it, Nick. Listen, brother. At least it's a paper account. You know, be optimistic about it, man. You know, it's a paper account. Don't stress it too much. Yeah, Cron might actually turn around here because if you look at the SPY is starting to come back. But this is too close to the high of the day for me to want to risk that. I will say, like, fades haven't been working in the cannabis plays as much. I know I used to be upset over a $23 loss, but now since my account's so big, I'm really not that worried about it at all. SPY bouncing back though. But yeah, it's been a little slump for me in the last 2 weeks. I just gotta take it slow and wait for good setups. A lot of these, you know, we've been getting a lot more fake outs lately with fades. Like if you look at AMD, fake out. Roku, fake out. What else faked out today? Nvidia. I almost got an Nvidia as well. This one faked out too. And so it kind of just goes to show that like trades work in waves. Like your strategy will work for, you know, a finite period of time, and then eventually it's going to stop working. And when it stops working, you either have to scale down in sizing, use smaller sizing to protect your account until it starts working again, or attack another strategy. You know, either way is fine, I think. But you know, your strategy is never going to work 100% of the time, and I think this is a good lesson in that. While we do take a minute here, though, if anybody is interested in using the same broker that I'm using, you can go check out this link. So the way it works is TradeNet, you pay for a package, right? Each package comes with like a trading course. It comes with access to their day trading chat room and access to a bunch of more stuff. But the big thing that comes with these packages is a funded account, right? And so with the base package, it's called the intro package. And with that, it's $3.99 if you go through my link. It's currently on sale. I'm not sure how long the sale is going to last. I asked them how long it would be. They said they didn't know how long the $3.99 through my link, through the affiliate link, would work. But at the current time, it's $3.99 for the base package. With that, you get 14K in buying power. So you get 14,000 in buying power, and you have a $700 max loss. And there's no pattern day trading rule, and so you can trade as much as you want. There's no PDT rule. And basically, if you go under 13,300, which would be the $700 max loss, they close your account down. The cool thing, though, is commissions, if you use small sizing, are pretty cheap. Like, if you buy 300 shares, commissions are only going to be like $3, $4, maybe $5 total for a complete round trip. And so, all things considered, commissions are pretty cheap if you use small sizing. If you use large sizing, they're really not that cheap. And when I say large sizing, I mean like 1,000, 2,000 shares. And so you do want to understand that. But no penny stocks are tradable. But like I said, you're essentially paying $3.99 to be able to lose $700, and so it's not a bad deal. I'm guessing the way they make their money is because most traders fail, and so honestly, if you think about it, I'm not even mad at them for that. Most traders fail, and you know, I think that's understandable as well. So if you're interested in using that, and which is the broker that Mitch and I use every day, I'll post this link here. It's the 20% off TradeNet link. There you go. Yeah, it's not a monthly package. It's not only good for a month. It's I think the access to their chat room is only good for a month, and like I think access to the demo account and the chat room is only a month long. But you know, I think you have a year to make like 5K. Which honestly, somebody mentioned that here. I honestly don't think that's that big of a deal because I think most traders are going to either lose this account or they're going to build it up. You know, a year's a long time in trading terms. You know what I mean? And so it's one of those things where I would wait until you're ready to actually use the funded account. But a year's a long time. You know, I think most people are going to lose the account before a year, in all honesty, especially if they're new. And so, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, I don't think that's a huge deal in all honesty. Oh, also, if you do sign up through my link, let me know. You get a free month of our classes as well. And so you get the TradeNet course and everything like that, but you do get a free month of our classes as well, which, yeah, I'm vaping. I'm not vaping cannabis. I'm vaping CBD. I actually quit. I actually quit. I quit smoking nicotine a month or two, like a month and a half ago. And the way I quit smoking nicotine, I've been smoking cigarettes or nicotine for 15 years. And the way I actually quit smoking nicotine, at least, is I just substituted it with CBD, and that works extremely well. I didn't crave nicotine or anything. I just immediately moved on to CBD. Right, exactly, Todd. I mean, people hate on TradeNet and stuff like that, but it's like I said, most new traders are going to lose their account no matter what, right? And so a new trader has a few options. They can deposit 2K into their account and lose 2 grand, or they can buy a cheaper option and lose that. I think the cheaper option makes more sense specifically when they're learning. And now everybody doesn't always lose. Like, new traders don't always lose, but new traders don't know how to trade. They don't know how to trade the market. They don't know risk management. They don't know much. And so most traders lose. And I get it, man. Most new traders have the dream of taking their first deposit and turning it into 200K in a week, but that's just what it's promoted. That's how trading is promoted, and that's not the truth. Of course there's outliers, but for a large majority of people, they're going to lose their first account. It's the cliche saying in trading, you got to pay your market tuition, and that's just the truth. No, I didn't short Nvidia. Yeah, the only one I was really looking to really short. I mean, I got in a little trade today, but I'm not super upset or mad about it really. The only one I was really looking at shorting is AMRN, and this one followed through perfectly. Um, this other one, I got in with 100 shares on Cron just because it looked kind of good, but the extension level wasn't in my favor. And so I immediately recognized that, and it absolutely squeezed against me quick. But it's just part of it. I'm glad I used small size. I'm not really super upset about that one. Gulp said I recently blew a student account, now on probation and trading for a month. I mean, that's not a bad way to do it, honestly. But yeah, AMD reversed. Honestly, lately my paper trades have gone better than my live account. On another green day, paper trading the moving average crossover on AMD. I mean, it's been working almost every single day with the moving average crossover play on AMD. And so, yeah, I mean, that's been working pretty well. Maybe, I mean, how long have I been doing this? How long have I been testing AMD with the moving average crossover? It's been over a month, right? It had to be over a month. My longest red streak was probably like 2 weeks, maybe. Um, Depending on how this week goes, I mean, it's Thursday. This week's a red week. Last week was a red week. But a month and a half before that, like for the last month and a half prior to the last 2 weeks, that was all green. And so basically, like my trades lately have been green week, green week, green week, green week, green week, green week, red week is right where I'm at now. So I've had 6 green weeks in a row, and I've streamed all of it. I've done it all on Stream Live on YouTube. So 6 green weeks in a row, and then 2 red weeks in a row now, which is fine. I mean, nobody's always going to have green weeks, even though I think that's kind of what it's advertised like in trading. I mean, nothing's real. I mean, the strategy, like I said earlier, I think strategies will work for a finite period of time. Like everything goes in waves. Mitch and I were talking about it the other day. Everything kind of goes in waves, and so, um, some strategies are gonna work, and then they're gonna stop working for a period of time. And as a trader, you have a few options when they stop working. You can either scale down, which is kind of what I'm doing, or you can trade a different strategy that might be working at that particular time. The last 2 weeks I've been trying to scale down a little bit, maybe looking for other strategies, but I mean, at this point, I'm just kind of taking it slow. Most of the time the VWAP fade stops working for a period of time. 2 weeks really isn't that long. And like I said, I think I said it yesterday. I think traders have an unrealistic expectation of how often you're supposed to stay green. I think a lot of people only post their winning trades. I think a lot of people on YouTube and just in the trading world, a lot of gurus only post their winning trades. They cherry pick their winners, never upload their losers. And so when new traders or even regular traders watch them, they have an unrealistic expectation of trading. They think in order to be a good trader or successful trader or whatever, they think you can never lose. They think if you have a week or two of red, that you're just a terrible trader, and that's not it. I think it's a little deceptive, and there's a reason that most of them don't live stream. You know what I mean? There's a reason they don't do that. There's a reason they hide their account balance as well. And so, I just try to be as honest as I can with people, And trading isn't constant consecutive green days or green weeks. Trading is like 6 out of 10 green weeks and 4 out of 10 red weeks to still make profit in the end, Yeah, I don't think that's actually going to work with anything, Alicia. I don't think anybody's actually going to go to that stream. But if you come in here and you try to promote another channel, you're going to get banned. And so I'm sorry, but yeah, I just banned you. Get out of here. I think it's probably nonsense, Aaron. I think it's probably nonsense, but I don't know. Never heard of him. I think it's probably nonsense, though. I think there's a lot of deceptive practices in the trading world, to where everybody has the ticket to get rich quick and the ticket to make millions, but most of the people are just trying to take advantage of gullible new traders. It is what it is. I mean, I'll look it up, Aaron. Like I said, though, I'm naturally skeptical, as should most people in the trading world. There's a lot of charlatans in the trading world, And so I'm just naturally skeptical of all of it. CLWT halted again. Whoa, look at it go, man. This one's going crazy. Look at this move up to 10.04. Looks like it got halted at 8.30, gapped up to 8.50s, ran to 10s. Crazy move. Yeah, most stuff I'm seeing now with the SPY pushing up is starting to reverse. And so I'm glad I played it safe today. I mean, I had $23 loss, but it could have been a lot worse. And so most stuff is starting to reverse here. Right, exactly, man. That's why I learned Python in the first place, Nick, is so I could eventually make some algorithms for trading. Like I said, though, I'm about to start learning another language. Like at this point, I know all the basics of Python, and I need to move on to learning more advanced Python topics, or switch on to another language to learn. I think algorithmic trading will eventually take over retail trading. I think some traders will always trade retail. Don't get me wrong, but I think day trading within a few decades, day trading as we know it here, it will be finished with for a more algorithmic style trading. But that's just speculation, and that's subjective. I don't know what's really going to happen. I don't know, Nick. I think they will, man. Right, exactly. I think eventually they will. One thing I've learned as I learned Python and programming is that even though it is a machine, you can take so many different variables to make it as perfect as you can for anything you want. You know. Right, for sure, man. It's a scary thought, bro. It's a scary thought, Vice. I mean, it's just kind of how it is, though. You never really know, man. Um, Technology takes over things. Look at Barnes and Noble right now, or Books a Million, or look at paper print books. Physical books. Like I have, like, think about it. I have an Amazon bookstore that pays my bills. And so that's a scary thought. I mean, I'm not super worried about it. I always knew that it's not going to be. It's a finite period of time that I have, but yeah, man, technology and stuff like that, everything becomes obsolete eventually. Technology takes it over, and you have to be prepared for it. It's just my like, I don't know if it's actually going to happen. I think there's certain people, just like a good example of it is, like, think about how most people read ebooks nowadays, but some people still read paper books and physical books. And so I think it's going to be the same with trading, where most people have their own trading algorithms, or most people have trading algorithms, but some people still retail trade, and I don't think that's going to stop. I think the trading landscape is ultimately going to change some, in that the strategies that we're using and the way we trade now is going to be completely different, obviously. But as technology improves, but it'll be interesting to see. Todd says, I like price action, volume, relative volume, average true range. Yeah, I mean, you could set but if you set an algorithm for that, you could easily set an algorithm for those. Oh no, they absolutely do, man. Like I said, I have an Amazon bookstore. I ship hundreds of books a week, and so they absolutely, a lot of people absolutely like physical copies, but as those people get older and older, the technology, the people that were raised on digital copies are going to start making more of an impact in the marketplace, and ultimately that's going to hurt the supply and demand of paper physical books. And so it's something that you have to take into consideration. Like, yeah, at this point some people still prefer physical copies, but as millennials grow older, and the new generation start coming up, and they're just used to digital copies, physical books are going to become more and more obsolete. And that's just my opinion. That's speculation. I don't know for sure. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, it's just my take on that. I'm sure it'll probably be like that, unless we reverse and we go counter to the direction, the technology improvement that we've been doing now, which is unlikely. So we could start looking for some VWAP bounces now that the SPY is up and the SPY broke highs, and the Plag had a nice VWAP bounce there. Also look at Roku, AMD maybe. Honestly though, I'll probably just take it slow here. I mean, MU doesn't look terrible for a VWAP bounce, but it's a little bit too late for it, to be honest. CLWT still running pretty significantly here. Is Plag shortable for me? No. No, it's not tradable for me. If you're using a demo account, if anybody's using a demo account, the demo accounts say different things than the actual live accounts. And so, like, if you look at the live account here, it'll say no, whereas some of the demo accounts will say yes. And kind of, it may seem like some of the stocks on the demo account are more tradable than the real account, but on a live account, it's not. Do I like ebook or physical books? Probably physical books because of the convenience of being able to just grab it and read it. I'm 30 years old, and so I saw the introduction of internets, but when I first started reading books, they were physical books, and so I tend to prefer physical books a little bit more. But I think the upcoming generations are obviously going to be swayed more towards digital copies. I'll go check that one out, Todd. What do you mean by that, Aaron? Did you join chat rooms? Any recommendations for books? Yeah, I mean, I got a few books that I like in trading. Mark Douglas is really good. He teaches actually about risk and reward. Mark Douglas. A few books that I've read as well are Millionaire Traders. I've read Jack Schwager's Market Wizards. Those are really good. Although those you learn a little bit less, and they're just interesting stories about trading in the stock market. They have some lessons in there, but it's not actual like technical. It's not actual technical instructions. It's more so just stories with like trading lessons added in there. Mark Douglas, on the other hand, is like technical lessons, and it's really good. Yeah, I mean, um, Mike Bellafiore is really good as well. Yeah, trading in the zone, super good. Trading on the zone, super good. Mike Bellafiore is really good as well. Really good info on risk reward, back testing, stuff like that. A lot of good info. Look at the Plag. Plag is running up here, guys. PLAG, spiking up here. Any tips on how to start a small business on selling books? So I've told people this before. I think if you're going to start a book business, at least, you have to be in a large enough city for there to be access to inventory. So, the conventional way people sell books is to go to, Goodwills and Salvation Armies and stuff like that. At this point, those are going to be kind of crowded with people just like you trying to sell books as well. I tend to prefer to go to, charity thrift stores. Like charity thrift shops, you can get books for 50 cents, and not that many other people actually go there looking for books to sell. And so, like I said, I think in order to sell books, you have to be in a larger city, because I'm in the Houston area. There's probably 40 thrift shops within a 30-40 mile radius of me, so I can just go to a new one every single day, and do it that route. I don't actually go get that many books anymore. I built up a large enough inventory to where I don't necessarily have to, because I've been doing it for years and years now. And so, obviously you want to maintain your inventory the best you can, but once you get to a point where it's actually maintainable, You'll be fine. It does take a little bit of a time investment. You're not going to start making tons of money right away. It's something that's going to slowly progress week after week until you're making good money. And then once you actually start to make good money, it's going to motivate you to get more and more books. Get a Bluetooth barcode scanner. A lot of people use their phone. A Bluetooth barcode scanner is much better. It's faster. It may cost $100 or so, but it's ultimately going to get the job done a lot quicker than most of the other people that you're going to see when you're outsourcing for books. And yeah, that's about it. Make sure you have enough space. You could do Amazon FBA, or you could do seller fulfilled. I do seller fulfilled because I have enough space in my house to store the books. But if you do FBA, you can ship the books to Amazon and they'll store them and ship them out for you. It just depends, but they take a bigger cut, and so it all depends. I mean, college isn't useless. If you're going to college just to learn, then it's useless. If you're going to college for the sole reason of learning, yes, it's absolutely useless. And especially for like electrical engineers and stuff like that, for like coders, if you're going to college to learn to code, you're probably doing the wrong thing. You can learn to code by yourself for free, but college is meant for you to get a job. That's the only thing college is good for, basically, is to actually get a job. Is to have to help your chances of actually landing the job you want. Like, that's all college is good for. If you just want to learn, though, learn by yourself. You don't really know your motivation until you learn. If you're motivated to do something, you'll do it without college. But college is good for landing a job. That's specifically what it's good for. But it's counterproductive in a lot of ways. Like, think about it like this, right? Like, if you want a computer science degree, you can learn more in a month than it'll take you in an entire few years to learn an associate's degree in computer science. You can learn more in a month at home, right? Because, you might go to class an hour a day or an hour every other day, and it's going to take you a long time to learn how to code or to learn much about computer science in that time. The only good use of college is to land a job. That's it. Yeah, I've used a little bit of Code Academy. There's my daughter and I play Code Combat together, but I don't know how. It may be good to kind of learn the syntax of it, but it's not that. I don't think you're really going to learn too much from that. What do I do for a living? So I have a real estate license, so I'm a realtor. I have an Amazon store that I just talked about. I have a Kindle store where I have a bunch of books published on Kindle that I make some money from. I run this YouTube channel. We have our we have our website as well. So I do a bunch of different stuff. None of it really ties me down to a schedule, though, which I like. I can kind of do whatever I want. What indicators do I use? Mostly just VWAP and sometimes moving averages. It depends. Can the YouTube channel make you money? Yeah. You know? Yeah, they do. Do you do pre-research for companies and setups, or is it your watch list pre-market gappers? I mean, a lot of it's just pre. It depends. Like, I'll look at the catalyst behind everything, but a lot of it just depends, right? Like, I'll look at the catalyst behind some stocks, but it's mostly just there's a lot of different styles of trading. Like, you can look at there's fundamental trading, which is basically researching the health of companies and then investing into those companies or shorting those companies. And then there's technical trading, which is analyzing the chart, mapping out support and resistance. I guess I do a little bit of fundamental when I read the catalysts and stuff like that, but most of my trading revolves around technical indicators. But yeah, that's probably it for me today, guys. I don't really see too much else. Like, maybe AMRN. AMRN was the only one that actually worked. Today was actually a good example, though. I do like this level, though, for AMRN. But today was actually a good example of extension, and we'll go over it a little bit later in our class. But, yeah, it doesn't look too bad, charts, Todd. I'm looking at it. Like I said, that 1930 level looks interesting to me. Right, and that's about me too, Modifi. Um, yeah, so like I said, if anybody's interested in using the broker that Mitch and I use, go check out TradeNet and Tefs. Like I said, the way it works is kind of like a prop firm. You pay for a package. You're actually paying for the package. It's not a deposit. And with that package, you get a certain amount of buying power. Like the base package, which is $3.99 if you go through my link, is you get 14,000 in buying power, and there's a $700 max loss. And so basically, if you go under 13,300, they close your account down, and there's a profit split of 70-30. So you keep 70, they keep 30 of your profits. But yeah, like I said, I think most traders are going to lose their first account anyways, and so I think this is a cheaper option to learn than a lot of the other methods of doing it. If you use small sizing, like less than 500 shares, commissions are pretty cheap as well, and there's no PDT rule, and so you can trade as much as you want without having to follow the PDT rule, without having to pay, without having to deposit 25K or more. And like I said, you're essentially, if you go through my link, I'm not sure how long the sale is going to last, but right now it's $3.99, and you actually get a max loss of 700, and so you're really getting an extra few $100s to lose. And so like I said, I think it's good for new traders. If you're looking to check that out, and if you want to go through my link and help support the channel, it's one of the ways we keep this stream free. I'll post that link here as well. There's the link right there. So yeah, if you want to go check that out, let me know. If you do go through my link, like I said, you get a free month of our classes. You get access to a free month of our classes. And so if you do sign up, email me, let me know. You get a free month of our classes. And yeah, also check out Trade Ideas. Trade Ideas is cool enough to let me stream their scans every day. And so if you want to check out the scanners that I'm using, it's these middle scans right here. If you want to use them, I'll post this link here as well. Super dynamic scanners make my morning much, much easier. Yeah, overall, really enjoy using their scanners. Go check out that link if you want to go check out Trade Ideas. Shout out to them. They're cool enough to actually let me stream the scan every day. AMRN is spiking up here to this 1930 level. We'll see what we get with it. What's up, Hero? Oh no, Hero's back, man. Hero, bro, I just gotta ask you though, like, if you don't trade, man, what are you doing here, bro? Like, what are you doing here, man? If you don't trade, what's the point? Like, listen, if you don't bug people and if you don't crowd the chat up, I'll let you stay, man. But I'm just curious. I mean, if you're looking to learn how to trade, that's fine. But yeah, man. Oh, also, guys, go check out our site. Let me see. We do have classes if anybody wants to learn for cheap. We do have classes here as well. If you look here, we have this backlog of classes. We try to give people a cheap option. We're not trying to be experts or gurus or anything like that. We're trying to give people a cheap option to learn. And at this point, we have like 55 hours of classes. So 55 hours of content, actual days of content. And so you can see we have classes on triangles, setting up your screen, using support and resistance, trading gaps, understanding ranges, scaling, so forth and so on. So we got a lot of different content here for very cheap, $15 a month. We're just trying to give people a cheaper option instead of paying thousands of dollars for a class or course that probably has less content. We have a section on risk reward. We have a section on trading psychology where we got a bunch of different classes here as well. We just got a lot of content. We try to be very cheap for people, for new traders looking to learn. Even if you go to our packages section here, you can see we even say right here, remember, we are not gurus and cannot guarantee you're going to make money in trading. Our goal is to offer members a cheap option instead of paying thousands of dollars for courses. And so if you want to check that out, I'll post that link here as well. And if you want to help support the channel, sign up for our classes. It's a good way to help support the channel if you appreciate what we do here. We stream live every single day. And if you're interested, I'll post that link here as well. Go check it out. It's the last link I just posted. Oh yeah, everybody hit the like button as well. If you want to help support us, hit the like button. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Like I said, we day trade live on stream every weekday morning right here on YouTube. So hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Click the like button if you want to help support us. And go check out our site. Like even if you don't want to sign up for our classes, guys, even if you don't want to sign up for our classes, you can see we also have a free strategy section here as well, where we break down a few strategies. We don't have all of them, but we break down a few long setups that we use, a few short setups. And so we got some free content there as well. We have broker reviews, stuff like that. So go check that out if you have time as well. Oh, also I'll post this link here as well for our classes. And yeah, guys, have a good day. All right, guys, good luck for the rest of the day. I'll post that link one more time if you want to go check out our site. And, good luck for the rest of the day, guys. We'll see you all tomorrow, same time as always. Have a good day.